Everybody, I don't mean to interrupt your conversations. Yeah, I do, actually. Absolutely. I'm a jerk. We're going to go into the last segment where you have to listen to me now. After Belinda, it's going to be a hard thing to follow. Sorry. Maybe I shouldn't have invited you. I should have got the original hand-drawn facsimile. You can just turn around. Not to move. Oh, you're watching. You're participating. Next time I'm getting a reasonable hand-drawn facsimile of you. Hey, you pulled out. Thank you. So again, people who don't know me, my name is JP. I am loud. I have a strip club announcer voice. I was a stand-up comedian. I sell cars. I sold boats. I sold vacuum cleaners back in high school. Please don't judge me. They were Kirby vacuum cleaners. They're worth a lot of money. Yeah. They're like, would you like a vacuum cleaner that can shave your dog? Yeah, that's how it worked. But today we're talking about networking. And again, kudos to Belinda. I just want to say thanks. I'll make this video available to her, and she can share it with everybody. She'll make her deck available to everybody too, so you can see the slideshow presentation. Talking about LinkedIn, some of you already know what I'm going to do right now because you've seen me too many times, but some of you haven't. So everyone pull up their phone. Is everyone on LinkedIn? Everyone raise your hand if you're on LinkedIn. Back there? No? Okay. Who's on? So everyone hands up. I want you to open your LinkedIn. Okay? This is a networking opportunity.
I know. I've always been around.
So open your LinkedIn and just open it. At the very bottom, you have your little people, right? Click on your little people. Everyone done that? At the very top, it says Find Nearby. Click on your Find Nearby. Yeah, just click on it. It'll turn it on. Now, you are available to everybody in the room. That means you can all network immediately. Clicking Find. There it is. So now you can all immediately add to your network. People you've talked to tonight. If you go to a conference, think how powerful this is. You go to a conference, you hit that button, you tell everybody about it, you look like a god. Goddess, sorry. But now you can actually add people to your network, right? Or refuse them. But these are opportunities for you to grow your network quickly for people you've already talked to. All right? This is an unknown fact for a lot of people. Some of you have seen me before and gone through this exercise. Don't worry, there'll be another one during the presentation. But that's one thing you can do right away to grow your network. All right? And LinkedIn is we've already talked about being such a unique place. All right? So, again, thank you so much for making the question. It's okay.
If we leave the room, we'll
When it times out your phone, it'll turn it off. When your phone times out, it turns it off. So if you leave your phone up and you have your timer on it. If you're, I wanted to thank everybody, and just for the sake of doing it, everyone give themselves a round of applause for coming out tonight. And I know there's a couple people who canceled. We had a couple more people coming because they got stuck in traffic and they weren't going to make it here before 8:30. So too bad for them. But I appreciate you all coming out, battling traffic. Nick, I know you're coming a heck of a long way. Paul, where are you? You're coming from a very long way, and I appreciate you coming. So thank you. So Engaged Networking, this is the second Engaged Networking, and Christine Mitchell's here. She is the car lady.
Hi.
All right. Thank you, Christine, for coming. No, it's okay. You're on time. You missed Belinda, but that's okay. The biggest thing with networking is just showing up. We're going to talk tonight about your strategy and how you do it, and some rare known facts about in-person and LinkedIn. So tonight we're going to talk about everything you wanted to know about networking, but we're too afraid to ask. All right? Simple enough? Networking, it's kind of a big deal, right? We're all networking now, but how many people have you talked to that's never been on LinkedIn, or very rarely, or have never gone to a networking event? I talk to people every day. Heck, how many people join LinkedIn a day? We're going to go over that in Canada, but it's amazing. So there's a debate happening. Belinda talked about LinkedIn, and there's face-to-face and face-to-screen. What do you prefer? What works? You know, I like the face-to-face, but sometimes you have to meet them online first. It's kind of like creepy online dating. We're all a bunch of, hey, that's my former life. That's okay. So, some interesting stats about networking. The connection. 85% of jobs are filled first by networking. So the posts go up for generic reasons, but they're already filled, right? So when you're looking for a new career, anything else, networking is what got you. You got into Loblaws. You got into BMO. You got into huge organizations just because of networking, right? 44% of people prefer first contact to be in person than computer. Why? Because of the dynamic, the conversation. I can see a nice picture, but doesn't mean that you're a nice person, right? Or I can see a horrible picture and you're not very good at pictures, right? 57% of millennials prefer meeting in person prior to doing any business transaction. And this is the generation where everyone says they don't. It's really important to know that taking it offline is so important. We're going to get into that. Over 5,300 networking events on meetup.com alone in the GTA opportunities per year. That's not including LinkedIn Local. That's not including BNI. That's not including anything else. That's just meetup.com. Now, if you want to learn how to groom puppies or go for walks, that's all in there. But it's 5,300 in-person networking events a year just in the GTA. So think about that opportunity. 78% of startups saying networking was vital to their success. I just met a guy in the bathroom, not making this up, he's playing ping pong. And he said, what are we doing back there? I said, we're talking about networking. He said, I just started a business. I said, please don't talk to me while I'm peeing. But he was looking to go to networking events because he wanted to grow his business. Right? Very awkward conversation. But seemed like a nice guy. Have his number. 98% feel face-to-face meetings were essential for long-term business success. All right? So taking it online is great, but if you don't do anything with it, outside of that, you'll never get the full trust and experience, right? So value or volume? Our friend says, tips for networking. Approach from a 45-degree angle. Never from the rear because it startles your target, right? You've got to be human. I run across this all the time, and are you value-oriented? Everyone in this room is pretty value-oriented. We want to build relationships. We want to have conversations. We want to develop a personality with the other people and a rapport. I've been to lots of them. Who's ever been to a meetup that was a soapbox or felt like it was a timeshare seminar? For only 2 hours, you sit with me, then you get a free weekend at a horrible motel, right? We've all been there. So value versus volume, both are successful in their own right. Just understand what you want to do. What do you want to get out of this experience? Some people just like to socialize. Some people want to hang out with me, and that's appreciated. Some people just want to promote their business. Some people want to learn. But what do you want to get out of it? Think about that. When you come to an event, are you really have that in mind? Or are you just coming like, I'm going to figure it out. I need to make some money and some clients, and all right? Do you contact the organizer ahead of time and ask who you can meet, what's it all about? Are you thinking about what's going on? Because if you're not, and some of you have, and I appreciate that, but that goes back to the first question. What do you want to get out of this? Who do you want to meet? Is there someone in the room that you want to be connected with because you saw them on coming, right? Or who else is going to be there? Are you a business card ninja? It's like this. Here, they literally fly around the room and they're gone. They're like a really bad business card Santa. They're off to the next networking event. Yeah. and they don't let you talk. They just throw business cards at you and hope that you call them, right? If you go around the trash at the end of a really big networking event, the same cards about 50 times are on the trash, right? And all you're doing is ordering more business cards. And that was really successful, right? So don't be a business card ninja. And what do you want to learn from others and by their guests? What's important? What's important to you? Do you care? And that's okay. You don't have to. You just have to fake it a little bit. But do you care that what do you plan to learn about your guests? Is it because you want them to be your client? Do you want them to be engaging? Do you want to just learn because you're being social and you think it's a nice thing to do? Right? Always have that in mind when you go to a networking event and online. What are you planning to get out of this? Right? The LinkedIn effect. This is Canadian stats. This is from 2017. There's 7 million users in Canada, almost 2 million in Toronto only. Toronto is not the GTA, Toronto, the city of Toronto, all right? 2017, 44% earn between $100,000 and $200,000 a year. Worldwide, 78% earn more than 70 grand. So why should you be on LinkedIn? That's why the money is. 54% are male, 46% are female, and it's actually gone up, female, or it's almost even now, right? 2 out of 3 Canadians visit LinkedIn at least twice a week. Worldwide, out of 600 million users, 300 million visit more than twice a week. 100 million visit more than twice a day. So do you want to know how your content's going to be seen? It's being seen. LinkedIn experiment. Again, look at your LinkedIn account, right? Scroll very back, go to your own page. You know how to find your own self? Little picture of yourself up in your profile? Click on that. All right? Open your profile. Scroll all the way down to the profile, bottom of the profile. Who else is on your profile that's advertising? You have anyone on your profile? Is everyone there? So go to your profile, open your profile up, and scroll all the way down to the bottom. All right? Is there anyone else in your profile that's in the similar field as you that's advertising on your profile? On a computer, on a desktop, it looks right there to the right. On your phone, it's at the very bottom. Why is that important? I'm looking for a doctor. There's 5 other doctors right there. You don't have any? Great, you've turned that feature off. Do you understand? I'm a media person, and this person is a LinkedIn campus person. This person is a legal assistant, lawyer. They're all doing the same thing. And hey, what's going to happen when you're on someone's profile? Click. You're forgotten. No one goes back. So find ways to turn that off, and we can talk about that later. All right? Really important that you're the only person on your profile, because right away, with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, without moving my mouse. All right?
You don't want to.
Well, why would I advertise? Unless you're 18 different profiles, and that's just creepy.
People also viewed, is that what you're
People also viewed. Stole my thunder. Look, I'm on LinkedIn. David is a creative strategist and brand elevator. David's not very attentive, but David's a creative strategist and brand elevator. David doesn't care, is what it is. Do you look the part? Do you have a professional photo that makes sense? How many people have seen the marriage person cut out of the photo? I looked really good on that day, and I or the 80-foot back with 9 guys with beers.
Or the fish holding
Hey, I'm a fisherman.
the prize catch.
The prize catch. That was the cutout of the, she was the prize catch until I let her go.
I did not hook up with them.
There you go. Hook up. There you go.
And,
Oh, I love that.
and the dog.
I have that one, yeah. Yep, absolutely. And I am not my job title. Would you agree? I'm a car salesman. I am a general manager. I'm an entrepreneur. I can't spell it. I am not my job title. So why is it yours? If you look at right now, if you look at your profile, what does it say? He's a creative strategist and brand elevator who has a phone. And marketing and advertising. Is that who he is? No, he's some guy that's looking at his phone. There's a green shirt with sunglasses that look bored. It's like a candid camera show. So is your brand your title? Right? A lot of things change when you change that up to actually reflect you and what your likes are. Right? Are you a collector of content? I talked to one person the other day. I don't look at anyone else's content. You're a narcissist. Yeah. I only post what I like. And you watch your videos over and over again, right? Oh, look at me, I look so good. Oh, that was so amazing. I hit that point so amazing. You're the only person in your mom that cares. It's the American Idol. You should be a singer, darling. No, don't be a singer. You have to consume Belinda perfectly. I'm not going to go into any more of it. You have to engage. It just has to be. And videos or text, both work. I was having really good engagements. People who know me and follow me a little bit, I've been doing a lot lately. And the videos were skyrocketing. Change it up. Why? Didn't have a lot of time and I had a message to get across. So I put a meme up there and a story. That got more. Just because one thing's working doesn't mean you can't do the other, right? Like Belinda said, make sure that you're in the space that works for you. You can migrate towards other things. Are you a follow-up nightmare? Like we talked about earlier, is someone, I'd like to it'd be so important to me for you to join me in my network. I sell timeshares. Or I love this, I can help you with all your IT needs. All of them. All of them. Well, what are all my IT needs? All of them? If you ever write them back and have fun with them, they drop you pretty quick. But then you follow them and do the same thing to them, they hate that. Right? You start I just put the guy on HubSuite and just fire him off. But do you overpromise and underdeliver with your messages? A lot of people get so excited that they tell someone something and then forget. Like in the automotive business, what happens if I say, can I have some mats? I'll look into that for you. What happens on delivery? Where are my mats? They're expecting it. Be very careful how you word things because people will hold you accountable for those words. Are you a self-serving narcissist? Me, 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 me. You know what? You're not talking enough about me. You have to understand that other people in the world, you're not the only one. You may look good in that one picture from 1984. Probably not now. Connecting with networkers using mediums that they hate. Do anyone have teenage kids? Anyone? Yeah. What happens when you call them? They hate it. They text, what do you want? What do you want? Yeah. So there's an age gap generation between phone, email, texting, video. My kids are 3 and 7. They love when I send a little video home when I'm at work, right? They see daddy, right? If they were teenagers, they probably wouldn't see it that way. Make sure that you understand and ask your people, your network, how they'd like to be contacted with. It's okay to experiment, but don't get sucked into what's comfortable for you, because what's comfortable for you isn't comfortable for them, right? And you want to know how to get unfollowed really fast? Start using the hate in the contacts. If they like video, use video. We just talked about how to communicate, how to raise awareness. What happens if I'm blind? Video is useless to me, right? Audio is great though. Who texts audio? LinkedIn has a button on the bottom you can push and talk to and send a voice message. How powerful is that to send a voice message? Thanks for connecting her, but I really appreciate it. Your connection means a lot to me. What would you like to know? Versus, hi, I'm a dyslexic narcissist, and I'm great, and I can't spell, but first of all, it saves you a lot more time. 5 seconds equals 5 minutes, right? Network is easy. Anyone can do it. You just have to spend a little bit of time focusing on what's important to you, to the people in the room. Don't discount doing meetups and networking events. It's funny, talking to the people at Meetup, because I'm trying to find out more ideas to do, and the most successful meetups have a plan, have a purpose, and have an action that everyone can take away. Right? If you go to a meetup and everyone's standing around in a room like a grade 8 dance, probably not going to work out well, right? So, other than that, my company is How to Engage, and if you didn't know already, my daughter's names are Halo Aspen Ostagi and Harmony Autumn Ostagi, wife's choice. Love it. My daughters are involved. And I am the president and founder of How to Engage Sales Training. I help people engage, use video, better networking, and talk better. Phone skills and everything else. Nick, you and I have talked a lot. Hopefully it's helped.
Absolutely.
No, it's
No,
perfect.
No, it has. Like, I met you at what, Game Changer?
Yep.
And that kind of sparked me with video, and just refining what I do, taking what I learned without any, let's call it training, but it gave me ideas
Yep.
to start thinking outside of the box.
Absolutely. And Paul, from your first Game Changer, from your first video I seen, that was only like 4 months ago. How much has it changed for you? Yeah. Absolutely. And just look at things that are different. You know, Sherry Ann Woolley and I are doing a podcast together. I would have never known if we didn't network, right? Would have never met Laura Connor. I hired Serge, so like he has nothing. He's one of my vendors, but still, we became really good friends through the networking experience, right? Sherry, you and I have talked for a while now on Meetup, right? And John's a great business coach. I met him at a Meetup. So there's a lot of opportunities. Parm, we met at a Meetup. My first Meetup, you're my first. You're my first. So, but the idea is there, okay? And Christine Mitchell, so when I moved to Toronto I'm a linear OCD, right? So March 3rd, 9:05 a.m., I was in the dealership. On March 5th, we had our first Know Your Car night. 6:30 p.m.
6:30 p.m.
And Christine and I met. We've been friends ever since. We almost dated.
You blew it.
I blew it. I blew it. My wife might say something about that, but anyway, that's my shtick. I really appreciate you all coming. Thank you so much for making it a great night. Anyone have any questions about what we talked about?
I have a question for everyone's behalf. Do you have a favorite app for making your videos?
Yes, I use authentic.com. It's walkaroundvideos.com, AUTHNTK, and it is an automotive software, but I use it for everything else. Most people who know me have gotten a video personally, and it is impactful. Nick, I sent one to you. Paul, I think I sent one to you. John, I know you got one. So Serge gets them all the time, sorry. Laura got one. So I think Christine got one. It's very simple to use, and it brands you, right?
Cool.
Yeah, thank you for asking.
Okay.
Anyone else have any questions?
Another one, if I can ask.
Absolutely.
I know Belinda, I think, there's a Clips. If you're not familiar with Clips, it's a free app as well, and it will automatically add subtitles. And if I can add one more.
Absolutely.
benefit everyone. If you just want to do your videos on a tripod and not worry about the fancy stuff, there's a company called Rev.com. You can send electronically, and it's $1 a minute. So if you have a 3-minute video, it's going to cost you $3, and it'll have a turnaround time within 24 hours.
Nice.
It'll be back in your inbox and with subtitles, and then you can launch it.
Where 70% of videos are watched without sound.
Mm-hmm. It's because they're at work. Yeah.
Because of subtitles, that's
Yeah.
why it's so important.
YouTube does it well too if you need to do
More
it.
people are watching them at work, right?
Yeah.
Which
Absolutely. Good points. Absolutely.
Watching yours, that's fine.
Any other question about networking? How to improve on it? I'm not as popular as Belinda, obviously. She killed it. But
How do you choose what networking events to go to? Because then obviously the people
So-
here, how do you discern which one's worthy of, because we all are limited on.
don't be fooled by vanity. I got sucked into that. You've heard my story on it, and a lot of people have. I went to a networking event that was asking for help. That had 17,000 members. There'd be 72 people there, and I went. It was a nightmare. It was a hot mess. The host got drunk. It totally happened. She didn't cater to her guests. The speakers were self-serving. One person had 12 minutes and 115 slides. You know, hey, here's me at Machu Picchu. I'm like, I don't. And that's why you keep it. That's why you don't do drugs. You know, you have to reach out to the host. That helps. What are you going for? What is the topic? You know, there's a lot of meetups, but a lot of them are about knitting and basket weaving and dog grooming, don't care. So focus on what works for you. You talked about having a focus, same idea. Some people like BNI, each to their own. I find if you go to ones that you can connect with the host, that people are active, that when you look at the like a meetups.com gives you when they joined and when they last viewed, if you've got 10,000 people, only 30 people were available, like to have been recent in the last 3 months, that's useless. That's a lot of vanity you get sucked in on, right? Don't get sucked in on the vanity, right? And as a little plug, I am speaking at that channel tomorrow night at 7 to 9. That's at 600 Bay Street. That's Canada's largest online broadcasting company. It's probably the same presentation. But thatchannel.com, 600 Bay Street, 5th floor at 7 to 9. It's another networking event there, and that's a really good spot to learn about broadcasting and about podcasts and stuff like that. Any other questions? No? From the back? No? You're like, is it dinner time? Yeah, it's your date night, I know. It's thank you very much for everyone for coming. You've made another successful event. Hopefully you all had fun. You can all give me that, golf clap. And again, Belinda deck will be available. She'll send it to everybody now that everyone's connected. And I'll do the same thing. We'll reach out. Don't be worried about connecting with your people offline. Keep the conversation going. Don't just end it here. That's a failed networking event. All right? Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. You have a few minutes. We've got time to talk and hang out for a bit.
Thank you.